All right, so we're diving into some juicy political drama today. It's coming straight out of Jamaica. Apparently, there's a lot of buzz about visas, hypocrisy, you name it. And it really makes you think, about second chances, especially for those in the political arena.
What's got everyone riled up is how this whole thing blew up.
Right.
I mean, it started as a local issue, someone controversial running for office, and then boom, it's national news. Really exposes some fault lines in Jamaican politics, I'd say.
Okay, so before we get into it, can you give us a little background? Like, how did this all start?
So picture this. Jamaica just had its general elections. Now they've got a two-party system, pretty common setup. You've got the Jamaica Labour Party, the JLP, they're the ones in charge right now. And then there's the People's National Party, the PNP, they're the opposition. So the PNP, they decide to put forward Isaac Buchanan as one of their candidates.
Buchanan. That name rings a bell.
Yeah, well, he's got a bit of a past. Criminal convictions, actually, both in Jamaica and the U.S., and it all has to do with cocaine. Possession and smuggling, to be exact.
Ah, okay, so that's where the controversy comes in. I bet the JLP had a field day with that.
You betcha. They jumped right on it, used it as ammunition to question the PNP's judgment, like, how could you put this guy forward? Where's the ethics? The whole 9 yards.
Makes sense. So how did the PNP defend their choice? Did they try to downplay his past, or...?
Well, they actually went a different route. They emphasized this whole idea of rehabilitation. Buchanan served his time, he learned from his mistakes, and now he's ready to contribute to society, make things right. But here's the kicker. They didn't just stop there.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, yeah, they flipped the script. They brought up Daryl Vaz, a sitting minister in the JLP government, and guess what? He's had his own issues with his U.S. visa.
Ooh, this is getting good.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so what went down with Vaz's visa?
All right, rewind to 2019. Vaz has his U.S. visa revoked. Not great, right? Now, he did manage to get it reinstated in 2021, but there was a catch. It came back with a waiver annotation.
A waiver annotation. What's that all about?
It's basically a red flag on your visa. It's like a note saying, hey, there might be some issues here, so be careful. It can create hurdles for traveling to the U.S. in the future.
So the PNP used this to their advantage.
They sure did. They basically called out the JLP for being hypocritical. They're over here criticizing their candidate's past, but meanwhile, they've got a guy with his own baggage sitting right there in government. Oof. Awkward. So the whole thing became about who's throwing stones in a glass house, huh?
You got it. The PNP, whether intentionally or not, they shifted the focus. Now everyone's talking about how we judge politicians' past actions.
That's a really interesting debate, actually. But what about Vaz? I mean, he must have had some kind of response to all this, right?
Well, Vaz didn't back down, not one bit. He went public with his U.S. visa information, showed everyone that it was reissued in 2022, and get this, no annotations. A clean slate, he called it.
Wow, bold move. Did he address the 2019 revocation at all?
Yeah, he called the whole thing baseless and said it was politically motivated, even called it a witch hunt at one point. And hold on, it gets even spicier. Vaz is now taking legal action.
No way. Against who?
He's going after anyone who made negative remarks about his visa and, I guess, damaged his reputation in the process. This is some high-stakes drama. But it does raise a big question, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
How should we, as citizens, weigh a politician's past against their present character, their work? It's a tough one.
I know, right? What's fascinating is this whole situation, it's like a microcosm of a much larger dilemma. It forces us to examine our own personal beliefs about forgiveness, redemption. When can we truly say someone's past is behind them? How much weight should we give to the nature of their offense? How much time needs to pass? It's messy, and there are no easy answers.
Yeah, and it's not just about time passing, is it? It's also about what they've done since then, what they've learned. Like, have they shown genuine remorse? Have they actually changed their ways?
Exactly. It's about tangible evidence of growth, not just saying the right words. And frankly, it makes me wonder how common these situations are in politics, not just in Jamaica, but globally.
Oh, I bet it happens everywhere. Every country has its own skeletons in the closet, right?
Right. It'd be interesting to compare how different cultures and societies grapple with this idea of giving second chances in the political sphere. I mean, some might be more forgiving, more focused on rehabilitation. Others might have a zero-tolerance policy. It speaks volumes about a society's values and priorities, don't you think?
Definitely gives us a lot to think about. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us today.